What's up? It's your boy Von Baconstein, and I wanted to make a video talking about what's going on right now. So, we've had some pretty serious crop failures worldwide for the last couple of years that they didn't really take the center stage because of COVID, but all of that is kind of catching up and biting everybody in the butt right now. Wheat prices are through the roof, soy, corn, and other staple crops, we'll say. In some areas of the United States, they're dealing with massive drought. In other areas of the United States, they can't plant yet because of flooding. These same farmers are dealing with fertilizer shortages that stem back to reduced production during COVID, while they're also dealing with oil prices and fuel prices and gas prices going through the roof. They're saying $6.30 gas by July, August timeframe. I'm less concerned about gas and more concerned about diesel. Not just because I have diesel vehicles. I'm concerned about diesel because when gas goes up, people pay more for gas in their vehicle. But when diesel goes up, you pay more for everything. Everything you buy is brought to you by diesel. Truck, train, ship, cargo ship, it's all diesel. Everything you see around you was brought to you in one way or another, or a combination of ways by diesel. So when you're looking at increased prices to, I don't know, buy produce, right? Tomatoes. Well, it costs more to till the land and fertilize and spray pesticides on those tomatoes because that's all done with diesel. It costs more to transport them because it's done with diesel. From the packaging plant to the store or to a distribution center and then the store, it costs more because it's all done with diesel. So now your tomatoes are going to cost more. Not just because of all the other crap going on, but also because of diesel. The Russia Ukraine thing has conflict, war, whatever you want to call it, has fuel supplies to Europe tanking. And some of our fuel supply to us tanking and increasing in price for what we do get. We have no more energy independence in the United States. We have very little domestic oil production. The Russia Ukraine conflict has a lot of U.S. resources going to border countries and going into the Ukraine. And that's setting up a perfect storm for when Taiwan is attacked by China. We're not going to do anything. China's going to take over Taiwan, and there's nothing that we're going to do. And that's for a couple reasons. One, we're going to have so many assets in Ukraine and around Ukraine and bordering Russia. And two, you can't bite the hand that feeds you. So Russia does produce some things that's bought by America, but China produces something like a third or more of what we have, what we get imported. So if China just says, no, we're done, no more trade with the United States, people here are screwed. because people don't know how to go without. They don't know how to make things. They don't know how to fix anything. Nothing is made to be fixed anymore. And yeah, the United States wants those chips that are made in Taiwan. And the fastest and easiest way to get that is to let China do whatever they want and maybe even support them in it and then go from there. They're talking about food and fuel shortages, but I've been talking about those coming up since mid 2020. This is something that we've known has been coming. Anybody that's been paying attention or watching this show, this channel, whatever, should already know that food and fuel shortages were coming. And that's not going to be short term, it's going to be a long term thing, especially with the food shortages. And another thing we're dealing with is inflation. So we're going to have, they're saying $6.20 or 30 cent gas by July, August timeframe. I'm thinking mid sevens by October. And that's really going to mess a lot of people up. You're going to have people that aren't going to be able to afford to go to work anymore. They're just not going to be able to afford the fuel. So with all of these things going on, people not being able to afford food and gas and not being able to get the things they need, now is the time, if you are unprepared to encounter violence, now is the time to prepare yourself for a summer of violence. It's the time to prepare yourself for things like being carjacked at stoplights, have your homes broken into, your vehicles broken into. If you're unprepared for violence, you're going to be a victim because you're harmless. Prepare for violence. Prepare for violence. Prepare for violence. Keep your head on a swivel. Look around you. See what people are doing. Expect the worst from everybody that you don't know. Expect the worst. And then the people that you do know, expect the worst from them too, because people get ugly when they starve. Speaking of starving, if you are not gardening, raising food animals, or networking with people who do, you are wrong. And you need to fix yourself. Previous videos that I made, I discussed how you should do this and you should do that and you should garden and you should try to secure a protein source. Well, now we're at the point that if you don't do that, you are wrong and you need to fix yourself. It's that simple. You are wrong. And you're going to pay the price for being wrong. I know nobody likes hearing that, but that's the simplest way to put it. You do this or you are wrong. Garden. Learn how to garden. YouTube how to garden. There's lots of resources on YouTube, such as Grow Your Greens, Epic Gardening, Self-Sufficient Me, the guy in Australia. Awesome channels. Garden. Even if you just have a balcony, garden. Anything that removes you from this messed up situation with our food, garden. You got processing plants burning down like almost every day now. Our food system is under attack from multiple different directions. Garden. Grow your food. I don't care if you're in an apartment. You can grow in an apartment. There's so much that you can do. Network with people. Barter your skills. Barter your garden food. Trade. Trade with the people around you. Do what you can do. Do everything you can. You are not a victim, and you can get through this. Protect your physical and your mental health. Get strong. Get your immune system strong. Work out. Make good choices. And prepare yourself mentally. And if you need to pray to a certain God to prepare yourself mentally, and that's where you find strength, do it. If you need to put yourself through tests and rigorous exercise, do it. If you need to meditate, do it. Take care of your mental health. Things are going to get nasty. And then lastly, look into Agenda 2030. If you don't know what it is, it's coming. And the United Nations just signed a treaty or contract or whatever they sign to implement it faster. This is von Bakenstein telling you to get going and do some stuff. And if you're networking with people, make sure you bring something to the table.